All right, we're back, yeah. This is one of those like weird videos where I'm kind of like, uh, I don't know, I'm creating steps. So let's dive into the steps I created and have a conversation. Step number one, I guess. Uh, First, talk. It's dialogue. The second is business. What do you want from me? The third is agreement. Agreeing. Aggressive. Aggressive. Fuck off. Yeah, I think that's fuck off. Interesting. So I think at first I understood it as the three steps to reach an agreement, right? So first talk, and then what do you want from me, and then basically like an agreement, which sounded like or looked like and read like finish off, right? This is three stages of me exploring how to get from what's that to like all right, we're good to go. That's funny because that's basically where my mind is probably like directed these days. It's like let's have a conversation about something and let's move somewhere, right? But here, it's it's talking about the stages of I think the different stages of interaction. Because even if somebody's being a complete fucking dick, how do you interact with that? I'm thinking of dicks in my life right now. There are just a few. There are just a few. I have a big habit of feeling unwelcome. And I get it. I get that the way I am has been designed so that places that do not consume my energy properly end up rejecting, right? Because everything works around momentum. Everything works around momentum. And since I'm building my own momentum, any place that doesn't fit with me is going to reject me. Not fit, any place that doesn't fit with my momentum, I'm either get sucked into their momentum or they're going to get sucked into mine. So that's where rejection happens. So I'm glad I had this mini talk with myself because I already know that things happen for these things have been happening for a reason. I only already reasoned with them, but now I kind of like have a proper framework that's systematized, right? It's like I'm doing this. Well, he's saying no to me. Well, because it doesn't fit. Okay, I'm going to, right? If he said yes and it doesn't fit, I would have been screwed. Chances are I'd have found myself kind of like suckered into a different flow that doesn't really suit me. I am that selfish. I am that willing to kind of like not willing to compromise. That's it. So when you're meeting somebody and they're kind of like, when here I kind of like wrote it out, like, expression in order to develop an understanding. And I also create a note. It's just like, what are the states in developing a relationship with your surrounding? So finish, fuck off, finish off. And it's fine. It's like on one side, basically, you start a dialogue, and then basically you go like, what's going on? Like, what do you want from me, right? Like, I'd want you to imagine it's like, hi, how are you? My name is Tari, like, blah, 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 having a conversation. And that's the first thing you do is kind of like have a conversation. The second thing you do, maybe the same conversation or a different conversation, you're kind of like, creating a structure. It's like, okay, look, what is it that's going on here? Like, why are we hanging out? What's the value being exchanged? What is the actual like interaction? Where's this interaction leading to? And that's a decent way for you to kind of like look at people. It's like, I don't know where to place you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what kind of person you are. All these things and why like I'm interested. Because sometimes you're just interested in people for being fucking cool and awesome. And sometimes you're just kind of like, leave me the fuck alone. I ain't interested in anything. I'm just like, either this or no. And the idea is not really that you looking at the world from a perspective of I want something in return, but more like, does it contribute to the state I'm trying to build? Does it contribute to the structure that I'm trying to like create around me? Does it contribute to my individuality not being tested every single corner and shit? Because I get it. Like, these are basically what we do as people, and this is what we should do. By the way, as people, I think our biggest problem is the fact that we don't do that. But anyways, back to the video. On one side, you're like, hey man, what we're doing is I'm talking to you, and it could go both ways. It could be like, okay, we're interested, or you're cool, and there's a spectrum of value that we could actually exchange with each other. On the other side, the value is more like limited. And there's a thin line between like good value and bad value. And Warren Buffett used to say, making a deal with a bad person is a bad deal. Making a good deal with a bad person is a bad deal. It doesn't matter how good the deal is. If the person is bad, something is going to screw you, right? And you only learn that by working with people that you go like, that's fine, it's just business. It's never just business. Okay, so now that we have uh, came to a conclusion that basically I could be your best friend and we could be cool, or we can go and like, we can date and like hang out and we can have children and all that shit. On the other side, you kind of like have that conversation where you like, we can do business together and we can be cordial, we can be funny, we can be professional and all that shit. And both ways are super valid. An exchange of value. Like, what do you want from me? What can I contribute? Right? All that beautiful stuff. And these kind of like go in different ways, right? But they still meet in the middle. There is a finish. There's an end result. There is a, okay, at first we got to know you. I'm not kind of like going like, hey, I want this from you. How much do you want money? You can do that. It's a transaction. It's not building a relationship. It's not creating a relationship. It's not developing a relationship with your surroundings. It's not a thing that kind of like, yeah, it's not something that's sustainable, right? True, I could go right now to a supermarket and buy shit and come back. Yes, its main purpose is that. But if somebody wants to buy something from somebody else, or if somebody, like, I guess there's that extreme where this is for sale, and that's all I care about is the fucking sale and end result of something. We objectified the exchange of value to the level of, hey man, like, we are just. We objectified the sale of value all the way to. We objectified the sale of value all the way to money. On the other side, it's so subjective to a point because value between you and your fucking wife, for example, or your husband or whatever, value between you cannot be objectified, right? Yeah. So I just started thinking about gold diggers and shit like this. Yeah. Yeah. Something just came up. Holy shit, man! I'm remembering a whole lot of people. All right, so I love this because of these kinds of things. But anyways, all right. Uh, by the last state, which is basically like, what are we agreeing on? You can agree like, okay, it's a done deal, we're good. Now we understand what we're getting out of each other, which could evolve. And on the other side, there's fuck off. We agreed, we're not agreeing. Again, that's an interaction. That's literally like you saying hi to somebody and trying to understand what the fuck's going on. And maybe meeting with somebody and trying to understand what exactly are they talking to you about, or what exactly are they interested in, or what exactly are they kind of just what's their deal? I love that question. What's their deal? A lot of people don't ask that enough. Is that you know, what's their deal is a suspicious way of saying, hey, bro. What's their deal is a suspicious way of saying, uh, it is, isn't it? It's like a suspicious way of saying, like, why is this a thing for you? Why are you interested? What is it that makes this interesting to you, right? What's your involvement? I don't know. It seems to me like the stages of how you express in order to come up with an understanding. And so, like, how long do you talk before you go, like, okay, so what do you want? And how long do you, and what is it that you're willing to believe when they say, what do you want? Based on the talk that you have, in order for you to say, all right, then this is going to happen, this is not going to happen. It is interesting because, like, you kind of can compartmentalize everything because literally what people do is all contextual. It's all in the head. We are either creating our own game or playing somebody else's. Fascinating. No, I guess there's a medium where people kind of like take an existing game and they level it up, or they change it. But let's go with change, because change could work in a mutational way or an evolutionary way. All right, my babies, fucking love you.